Hello, today we'll be talking about Piplup, the first water-type Pokemon, first water-type base Pokemon, that evolved, introduced in Gen 4. Its previous PYC dates are March 25th, 1997, January 14th, 2000, November 4th, 2002, August 25th, 2005, June 15th, 2008, April 6th, 2011, January 25th, 2014, November 15th, 2016, September 6th, 2019, and June 27th, 2022. I most know Piplup as Dawn's starter. I also know Piplup as my starter in Pokemon Pearl, whom I named Pip. I also know Piplup from Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure. I also know Piplup as one of my servers in Pokemon Cafe Remix. I also associate Piplup with the YouTuber TCNick3, particularly as a member of Party Crashers, as his former profile picture was of Dawn's Piplup. Piplup, being the water and blue starter, is my favorite of the three Sinnoh starters. I also think it looks cute. I love the idea of a water-type penguin Pokemon. Anyway, let's get to the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Piplup, the penguin Pokemon, whose number is 0393. This is what it looks like. Its type is water. Abilities: Torrent. Competitive is its hidden ability in Gen 9 plus. Really just Gen 9 at this point, whatever. Defiant is its hidden ability from Gen 5 to 8, which is interesting, because that implies that maybe hidden abilities were introduced in Gen 5, which might explain why I'm not familiar with them. Gender ratios: 87.5% male and 12.5% female. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding is a group's water 1 and field. Hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 1 foot 4 or 0.4 meters. Weight is 11.5 or 5.2 kilograms. Basic experience yield is 66 in Gen 4 and 63 in 5 plus. Leveling rate is medium slow. AV yield is 1 in special attack. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is blue and base friendship is 70. Piplup is a water type Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. It evolves into Piplup starting at level 16, which evolves into Empoleon starting at level 36. Along with Turtwig and Chimchar, Piplup is one of the 3 first partner Pokemon of Sinnoh, available at the beginning of Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl. Biology: Piplup is a light blue penguin-like Pokemon, which is covered in thick down to insulate against the cold. It has a dark blue head with a primarily white face and a short yellow beak. The dark blue feathers on its head extend down its back and around its neck, which causes it to appear to be wearing a cape. There are 2 white ovals on its chest, and a small light blue marking resembles a crown above its beak. It has flipper-like arms and yellow feet with 3 toes each. So you can see Piplup's cape here. Piplup has a strong sense of self-pride because of its pride. It has a hard time accepting food from humans and bonding with its caretakers. It will even puff out its chest after it falls down, which it often does due to its poor walking abilities. However, it is a skilled swimmer that can dive over 10 minutes in order to hunt. It has also been shown to fly short distances in the animated series. It lives along the seashore in colder climates. It has been recently seen living in the terrarium of Blueberry Academy. Piplup rejecting food. Moved on. Evolution: Piplup evolves into Primplup, which evolves in Empoleon, so Piplup, Primplup, Empoleon. Game data: NPC appearances, Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. Piplup is one of Pikachu's best friends. He is found keeping a trapped Wynot company in the beach zone after falling through the mysterious tunnel. Once the Wynot is safe, he takes a Pikachu-shaped hot air balloon back to the meeting place where he mends it. He later accompanies Pikachu to the Sky Pavilion along with Chikorita and Charmander, where he meets Mew. Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond: Piplup is the only one of Pikachu's old friends to return, accompanying him to a new Pokepark. They venture to Wish Park together and try to save some of the Pokemon trapped there. Piplup becomes trapped in the Wish Park after saving Pikachu and Oshawott lives. He is later found by Zorua and Zorark and announces that he wishes to stay in Wish Park so he can help the Pokemon who are coaxed into coming. Piplup is later taken by Gothitelle in exchange for setting Victini free, and is then manipulated by Darkrai. Piplup later awakens Pikachu from Darkrai's nightmare and encourages Pikachu to seek out his missing friends after their memories were taken by Darkrai right before the final battle. Pokedex entries in Gen 4 and Diamond.
Because it is very proud, it hates accepting food from people. Its thick down guards it from cold.
Pearl.
It lives along shores in northern countries. A skilled swimmer, it dives for 10 minutes to hunt.
Platinum.
A poor walker, it often falls down. However, its strong pride makes it puff up its chest without a care.
Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
It doesn't like to be taken care of. It's difficult to bond with since it won't listen to its trainer.
The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Platinum's entry. In Gen 6, X is Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry. Y is Diamond's entry. Mega Ruby is Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Diamond and Y's entry. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond is its Diamond counterpart. Shining Pearl.
It lives along the shore in northern countries. A skilled swimmer, it dives for over 10 minutes while hunting.
Legends Arceus.
Prefers cold climes and appears along coasts. It's an adorable little thing, as cute as any child, but it's also prideful, unwilling to accept handouts from people.
In Gen 9, Scarlet is Platinum in the Gen 5 entries. Violet is Heart Gold, Soul Silver, X and Omega Ruby's entry. Piplup in the Blueberry Pokedex. I got 4 of them. That's nice. Game locations, side game locations, and events. Held items in Legends Arceus, normal. Oran Berry, 35% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn, 15% of the time. Grid by level. Alpha, EXP Candy S, 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery, 10% of the time. Grid items by level. Show them how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 53, attack 51, defense 53, special attack 61, special defense 56, speed 40 for a total of 314. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, ghost, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. We do grass and electric for double, immune to nothing, resistant to steel, fire, water, and ice all for half. Learn set by leveling up. 1 pound, 4 growl, 8 water gun, 11 charm, 15 peck, 18 Bubble Beam, 22 Swagger, 25 Fury Attack, 29 Brine, 32 Whirlpool, 36 Mist, 39 Drill Peck, and 43 Hydro Pump. By TM002 Charm for Agility, 7 Protect, 11 Water Pulse, 19 Disarming Voice, 22 Chilling Water, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 36 Rock Tomb, 43 Fling, 47 Endure, 15 Rain Dance, 52 Snowscape, 58 Brick Break, 70 Sleep Talk, 77 Waterfall, 81 Grass Knot, 85 Rest, 103 Substitute, 110 Liquidation, 123 Surf, 124 Ice Spinner, 130 Helping Hand, 135 Ice Beam, 142 Hydro Pump, 143 Blizzard, 145 Water Pledge, 171 Terra Blast, 174 Haze, 193 Weather Ball, 196 Flip Turn, 203 Psych Up, 208 Whirlpool, 212 Triple Axle, and 216 Feather Dance. By breeding, this group gives it Aqua Ring, this group gives it Feather Dance, this group gives it Power Trip, this group gives it Roost, this group gives it Snore, this group gives it Supersonic, and this group gives it Yawn. There's a note here. Skeledirge learns Yawn on its own, only version 2.0.1 onwards, so that's this one. TCG only moves, Muddy Water on this card. Side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. In the browser entry,
it spits water to attack.
Guardian Signs.
It attacks by spitting bubbles that make Pokemon slow.
Got all this. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. In the Pokepark Pad entry,
Piplup is your best friend. He followed you through the mysterious tunnel. He landed in the beach zone. He wishes he could fly.
Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond. For those of you who are new this generation, much like the Pokemon Ranger series, I don't say Pokepark Pad entry again. I'll just read the entry. Pikachu's childhood friend. He called Pikachu to have an adventure in Pokepark with him. He is serious about everything. Taking on all this. New Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry.
Piplup isn't a great blocker with all its stumbling and falling, but it's very good at swimming. It likes to find shells underwater and show them off to its friends.
Costumes in Pokemon Go. Halloween Mischief. We got this little pumpkin hat. And Lucas Hat and Dawn Hat. Evolution data, Piplup, level 16, Primplup, level 36, Empoleon. Sprites, so slightly different blues, I would say, in the feet. Yeah, I don't know. Everything else is basically the same, though. This is sort of a different blue. It's, I don't know, almost like a teal, I guess. Kind of blue. Definitely interesting. The beak seems to also be slightly different yellow. The Platinum one, I don't think really much changes, just a slightly different angle. Let's retain that in Heart Gold and Soul Silvers. Arms might be a little bit longer. Feet might be a little bit bigger. But yeah, overall. Gen 5, we get the full back sprites. Got these, not really much change. It's just, it kind of almost goes back to the Diamond and Pearl sprites. It's interesting. Yeah, that's weird. It's probably the closest I've seen in Gen 5. Look to its Gen 4 counterpart. Colors might be slightly different, though. In Gen 6, you got the models. Pretty good adaptation here. Yes. Slightly different yellow, slightly different blues, probably. Yeah. In Gen 6, you've got not much changes, other than, I guess, the angle of the picture they took. In Gen 8, you got these models in this game.
Homes, you got these models. Other sprites, Platinum Intro Sprite, and Penny in Pokemon Super Contests. So I think that's a NPC in Pokemon Super Contests, I guess. In animation, Piplup in Pokemon Journeys the series. Dawn's Piplup is the big one. A Piplup egg in Pokemon Journeys the series. Team Pokepals is another big one. Got all these Pokedex entries. If you're new to this series, this is what it looks like if there's multiple Pokedex entries across various generations. So we got the Diamond and Pearl one is these colors, Black and White's these colors, Journeys is this colors. I will, for the most part, use the same Pokedex voice, since I don't know what these Pokedex voices sound like, if they're any different. At least I think the Rotom phone one is different. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 3, in Ash's Pokedex.
Piplup, the penguin Pokemon, is very proud and its thick down protects it from the cold.
In Diamond and Pearl, episode 143, in Lyra's Pokedex, since I have no idea what Lyra's Pokedex sounds like, I'm just gonna use the same voice.
Piplup, the penguin Pokemon. Although not the most sure-footed, it is proud, nonetheless, getting right back up after a fall with head held high.
In Black and White, episode 86 in Ash's Pokedex.
Piplup, the penguin Pokemon. Piplup's limited walking skills often cause it to fall down, but that never hurts its pride.
In Journeys, episode 8 in Ash's Rotom phone.
Piplup, the penguin Pokemon. A water type, Piplup is a proud Pokemon and an excellent swimmer, and it has a layer of down that keeps out the cold.
Pokemon Masters animated trailer. Piplup in the Pokemon Masters animated trailer. Pokemon Evolutions. Piplup in Pokemon Evolutions. Gotcha. Bidoof's Big Stand. Piplup and Bidoof's Big Stand. Got all these in the manga. Piplup in Pokemon Adventures. Got all this. In the TCG, in the TFG. Other appearances, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. On being released from a Pokeball, Piplup slides along the stage using Surf. Anyone caught in it will be pushed until Piplup disappears, or pushes the character off the stage. Piplup will keep using Surf even when off the stage. Piplup in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Trophy information, a penguin Pokemon. It's one of the starter Pokemon received from Professor Rowan when the player departs from the Sinnoh region. It's a water type, so it's strong versus rock and ground types. It's very cute, but filled with pride. It hates to accept food from people. When it levels up, it evolves into Piplup. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. While Piplup no longer appears from Pokeballs, having been replaced by Oshawott, it makes a cameo appearance in the Kalos Pokemon League stage. When the stage transitions to the Flood Chamber, it can be seen in the background along with Blastoise, Wailord, and Clawitzer. Trophy information? You wouldn't think it from its adorable exterior, but this Pokemon is very proud and often won't listen to its trainer. When it walks on land, it waddles and even falls over sometimes. All in a suitably cute way, but once it's in the water, you'll see its true potential. It's a skilled swimmer and can dive for over 10 minutes at a time to hunt. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Piplup appears as a spirit. Trivia. Piplup shares its category with its evolved form and Ice-Q. They are known as the penguin Pokemon. Piplup is the most selected Sinnoh first partner Pokemon in the animated series, being the first partner Pokemon of Dawn, Kenny, and Tyler. Piplup was designed by Yusuke Omura. In February 2007, a piece of merchandise at Toy Fair used Pachamama to refer to this Pokemon, leading some fans to believe that it would be Piplup's English name. However, another item at the same event referred to it as Piplup. Origin, Piplup is likely based on a young penguin, possibly an emperor penguin chick. The light blue crown-shaped marking above its beak may allude to emperor penguins or to emperors and kings in general. Piplup's body looks like it is clothed in a tailcoat, which is often compared to black and white plumage of penguins. Name origin, Piplup is derived from plop or plup, the sound of a pebble hitting the water. It may also incorporate pip, a stage of growth in baby birds immediately before they hatch from the eggshell. Pachama is derived from pacha pacha, the sound of a pebble splashing in water. It may also incorporate Bachama, young master. Now, languages, he also references external links to the first partner trios and the Super Smash Bros. Series. Let's move on. Since we watched Piplup's first scene in the anime, in the Turtwig video, let's watch Piplup's second scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 467, Following a Maiden's Voyage. In this episode, Dawn here is about to start her Pokemon journey and is imagining what it would be like to become a coordinator with Piplup.
Spotlight! Bubble Beam, go! Wow! Now that's the definition of the perfect Bubble Beam! Can't
That is Piplup's second scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's talk about the TCG. I have one Piplup card, except it's not a Pokemon card. It's a trainer card, Super Scoop Up.
It's the 5th Super Scoop Up card, and the first to feature this illustration, which is by Shizuru. I love how it depicts Piplup and its water energies being sucked back into the Pokeball. With this card, the player flips a coin. If they get heads, the player returns their active Pokemon card and all the energies used on it to their hand.
I don't have a Prinplup card, so the next Pokemon with the card I'll be talking about is Empoleon. Now let's see why other people love Piplup. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent fan art, so instead of looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Piplup. This first one is TOT Reunion by the Norian Rose. So it's this shiny Piplup and this Grovyle here, sort of hugging, I guess, after reuniting. I think it's a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon fan art here. Piplup seems to have like a scar or something. That's interesting. Very well done. Then we've got Dawn by AI Art F4. So obviously this is AI art of Dawn and here Piplup, presumably the one from the anime. Well, it kind of looks more like the one from the games. Then we've got Piplup Gaming by Sob Yellow. So this Piplup and with this blue controller and on a beanbag ready to play games. That's fun. Then we've got My Drawing of Piplup by Real Winter 03, so yeah, this nice, I think, is it colored pencil, I think, drawing of Piplup here. Very well done. Then we've got Shiny Piplup emote by Phoenix24, so this is Zaris Do Not Use. Then we've got Dawn by Fel95, this nice, cute drawing of Dawn and Piplup. Probably the one from the anime, but it could also be the one from the games. I don't know. And we've got Pokemon Shiny Series 054 Piplup by Fire for Battle. Okay, so this nice shiny Piplup here. You got all those shiny sparkles. Yeah, nice cool pose. Very well done. This is Splash My Way by Zura Galaxy. So this is AI art of Piplup here. So it's supposed to be, I guess, more realistic. Pretty obvious signs here. The weird eyes and these things are like weirdly flat, even though they're actually feather patterns. Yeah. Then we've got Piplup and Duwat Surfing Together by An Average Italian. This is also AI art of Piplup and Duwat together surfing, obviously. Yeah. Then here's another one. Yeah, okay. Then we've got Old Pearl, the Piplup by Boutzel. Seems to be from either November 10th or 20th, I can't really tell, 2020, or maybe October 11th, 2020, depending on how they do the dates and whatever the second number is. Very, very nice, kind of stylized a little bit of fun stylization details there, that differs from the standard Piplup. Then we've got Starry Night by Calvin Hobbs Holmes. It's this nice, beautiful image of group of Pokemon here. Got Piplup, Lucario, Cubone, Gengar, Rowlet, and Hangry Morpeko down here. Very nice image, very beautiful background. I like it. So this is Piplup Transparent number 1 by Nico Ham 2020. So this nice image of a Piplup here. It kind of looks like it's probably from the anime cut out. Yeah. Piplup joins the battle Smash Bros by Klutzk. So this AI art, obviously, of Piplup here, I guess in a pose, like, how they would imagine it being in the Super Smash Bros. Style, except, the fact that it's already been in Super Smash Bros. Before. We saw that in the Bulbapedia article. This is N, like English, I guess. The Fiery Fist Fighters, EP2, page 53, by the Black Toad M. So this comic, we're jumping right into it. We have no context for this. So this Chimchar, they say, "Thanks for reminding me, Finn. I did nothing wrong. I will not play along with your game." And then this angry Piplup here. You're so prepared already, says the Snivy, with a mask on and next to a coughing. Interesting. I have analyzed your tactics from your battle against Drowsy from coughing. If you confidently said that you're well prepared for this, then prove it to me with all you have. I don't know if they're friends. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, weird. Okay, then we've got Piplup by Riley Kitty. This nice painting of a Piplup here on this ice floe. Very well done. Then we've got How Time Flies by Copy Kitten 21. Looks like we're only gonna be doing the first one because it's gonna be the evolutions of these guys. So it's an Oshawott, an Eevee, and a Piplup, this kid here, and then the next image would probably be their evolutions. This is Piplup Pixel Over by Choco Star Eye. So this nice little image of a Piplup, you know, kind of swimming, I guess, probably. Yeah, doing like a bubble attack. That's very nice. And then we've got Piplup Tink by Sav Yellow. Yeah, so just a Piplup in the tank, I guess. Yeah, interesting. This is Agony is Born of Desire by Spazzy Artist, 1999. So this very stylized Piplup. This point, it hardly looks like a penguin at all, but whatever. And this realistic background. Yeah. Then this doesn't contain a Piplup, so we'll move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I'll be streaming tonight at 6 p.m. CDT Central Daylight Time, where I'll be trying to catch a Latios and evolve Feebas into Milotic in Pokemon Ruby. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Piplup. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.